welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question, or should I say questions. Number one, the fifth plague in Exodus 9 wiped out Egypt's livestock, including the horses. How did the army pursue the Hebrews without horses? And the second question is, how did 1.5 million Hebrew men, women, children, and livestock cross the Red Sea overnight? Thank you very much. Well, this is one of the great areas of biblical discussion when we go back to the famous Exodus experience. Not only do you have the miracle of the plagues, the consequences, the ramifications therein, but you do have the travel of the Jewish people coming out of Egypt, across the Red Sea, navigating the wilderness for 40 years. And to whomever submitted the questions, you're absolutely right. There's just this incredible phenomena of demographics that we have to deal with. Now, let's begin with the first question. How did the Egyptians pursue the fact that their livestock, horses, all that had been destroyed? Well, the Egyptians were part of a massive, at the time, international trading system. Their ability to acquire even livestock days after the plague hit would not have been near as difficult as you and I might have thought. They were a part of, again, this international trading system. There would have been livestock, animals, goods, materials coming in and out of Egypt almost on a regular basis. Think about it today like a modern port that's always bringing goods to and fro. They would have access to a multitude of material just within a short period of time. And it begs the question, though not asked, is how long between the plagues? Are we talking about they all happen within 2 weeks, 2 years? That opens up the proverbial box for a whole lot of other issues. But let's get to the second one. How is it that 1.5 million individuals crossed the, quote, Red Sea in one night? It seems almost unfathomable, not nearly as unfathomable as feeding them for 40 years, but that's a whole other question as well. But let's talk about that, quote, famous night. You basically have 12 hours from the time the sun sets to the sun rises to where the Israelites have the opportunity to cross. Now remember, the Lord made it very clear that it was dry land. So we're not slugging along and sloshing along. And you're dealing with an area that, according to those who came after in the Bible, they could put multiple chariots on to chase and follow them. So let's just think in terminology that we're familiar with. I want you to imagine a large interstate that's maybe 4 or 5 lanes wide, that is dry and straight, and that you've got this mass of people shoulder to shoulder just simply walking across for 12 hours. Presuming, and I'm going to presume the Bible is as it says, that everybody's, quote, lined up and ready to go, it really wouldn't take near as long as you might think, because each individual would have to go through the journey for, quote, several hours. But by the time you got everybody on that natural bridge, it probably would have flown very smoothly and quickly. And I don't know about you, but if I had a wall of water on one side and a wall on the other, even though God miraculously had done this, I would have been moving pretty quickly. So again, humanity can add up very quickly if everybody's in the right place at the right time, which we know that when they fled Egypt, they were. Again, when we get to the demographics of what we know as the Exodus experience, it truly shows the supernatural activity of God moving not only in the Jewish people's lives, but as a demonstration of how he wants to move in our life as well. Great question. If you have one, send it to AskJeff.net, and maybe your question will be tomorrow's. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at AskJeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.